you're watching this video in December 2018, there is an event coming up which you might be interested in. It is my 26-hour charity live stream, and there's a 6-hour public OpenTTD game in it. So check it out, go to the site and take a look. Thank you, and on with the episode. Hello there, Master Hellish here, and welcome back to my OpenTTD Let's Play. Now, last time we pumped up the goods a little bit by adding some bulk terminals and making some efficiencies. Unfortunately, whilst we were doing that, a load of other things came into effect. You can see the goals on the screen. We're just going to head over to Hellishville now. Hellishville is now 6,500 in population, which is bad for two reasons. One, it means the requirements of everything else has gone up, and two, it now means we need building materials for the town to grow. The town has not grown in 35 months. It's actually been quite a terrible part. But we've been improving and growing things. Now, food and passengers and mail, fine, not a problem. Goods have had an upgrade recently, so that's okay. Fruits actually had a small upgrade recently by accident, so that's fine. Petrol, we're not quite hitting the mark with petrol still. We need more. I think we're going to need the northern hub to have its engineering supplies upgraded big time. I think what I'm going to do is see if I can get another machine shop in. That's the Hellishville machine shop. I don't think I can get a machine shop in up here because there's not another town that will accept it. This is frustrating. Anyway, it's enjoyable too. Building materials. Let's look at what building materials is all about. Let's make that our priority for today, because why not? Industry chains. Here we go. So we need building materials. There we go. So building materials can be delivered to a bulk terminal, a hardware store, or a builder's yard. Now, if I remember correctly, we have something of these. We already have a grocer's store in town. We already have a machine shop, a petrol station, and a brewery. But we don't have a bulk terminal, hardware store, or a builder's yard. We can put a hardware store in somewhere. This North Fruit and South Fruit, way too many platforms for what's needed. We're going to shrink that down and hopefully allow for our building materials to be brought in. But what makes building materials? So we can have a metal fabrication plant, a glass works, a timber yard, a cement plant, or a brickworks. Now, which of those I use would probably depend on what it requires. So, let's make a bit of a mental note situation on here. Metal fabrication plant either requires metal or chemicals. Now, we are producing chemicals down here already at our petrol hub. We've got this refinery that's producing our petrol, but we're not doing anything with the chemicals. That could be a really good way for us to do it. Other options is a glassworks. For glassworks, we need sand or chemicals, so there's another option. We could go dredging for sand, but we're already producing chemicals here, so there's another good option. Timber yard, again, timber or chemicals. It seems like chemicals is a bit of a theme here. The cement plant is coal, clay, and stone. We haven't really touched any of them. It'd be probably a bad idea to start. Similar for the brickworks. So, I'm going to propose we put a glassworks in here, and we use that glassworks. No, not right here, near here. We use that glassworks to get that through. Now, what I want to do is bring this, bring it in. Well, let's sort out these platforms first, because I don't know what I'm talking about. So let's cut off the inputs. I didn't mean to do that one because that was a signal one. Let's put the signal back. There we go. So we don't get any trains coming in. There's no trains coming in on the south. Let's delete that. Get rid of the south fruit sign. That's not where it's going anymore. Right, so you see all this north fruity, south fruity brilliance. We're going to cut that off here like that. There we go. And then we're just going to bring that up here, bring that out to there as well. We're going to get notifications of trains being confused. That's fine. There we go. Just finish these signals off. Now, getting a depot in here is going to be difficult. But I can get one in for the north, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get one in for the south. I'm going to bring that right up here. Normally I would cut corners to go diagonals, because diagonals are more efficient. But I want to leave as much space as possible. Let's get the signals in. There we go. And I think I should be okay to just squeeze a depot in here. Right, now this here is where we're going to start. I'm just going to change that from north fruit to just fruit. This is where our fruit goes in on those 4 lines. I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it yet, but in some way I'm going to bring a new line down here, and it's going to be connected up to these ones. So we'll go to there, diagonal across there, and just do that for now. That should do it. There's no reason why dropping off with 2 platforms should be a problem. Right, so that's where we're going to be going. What I'd love to do is go along here, go under or over this, under or over that, round that, and then just come into somewhere here that then links up the chemicals to this. So let's do that. Let's just go for it. I want to go up 1, so there's our up 1. I then want to stay at this level, so let's stay at that level. And then ideally we need to cut this back just enough so that we can then put a bridge in. And I'm not 100% sure how it's going to work. It's going to be quite a long bridge. That works, and I think I can do slightly longer bridge there. Perfect. Okay, that worked a lot easier than I thought it was going to. And then we're roughly at the right height to come down here, and I'm not sure. Oh, look at this. This is a good height. Because I've gone 1 up and the rest of the main network is lower down, we can just bridge across here. That's fantastic. And you know what? It's going to be the same story here too. Look at this. All we need to do is just cut that off there. Cut that off there. I think actually if I just do that, the bridges will look a little neater. There we go. And I want to get these building materials in, because I don't want the new thing being the thing that's holding things up. And then I think what we'll do is we will come down 1 here, and this is where we're going to have the whatever it is that we need. What is that? Furniture factory, if I can speak. Let's bring that up to there. Okay. So we're going to need an in and an out. A loading platforms, we're going to have 3 tracks as loading platforms. They're going to be length 6 as per normal. To make this neat, I would love to be able to do it like that, I think. And hopefully, if I've worked this out right... No! I connected to the wrong line. It's fine though. We'll just do this. No, we won't. We won't do that. We'll go along like this for a little bit, and then we'll do that. There we are. That should do it. Now, we're not going to be bringing in any sort of engineering supplies or anything. At least I don't think so. Oh, we might be doing. But we'll deal with that later. Is that how I do everything? Deal with it later. Okay. So, there's the line in to deliver our building materials. I've only got one problem, and that's that I haven't put anything in. Oh no! Okay, let's remove all those signals. Signals, place, signals place. Right, okay, did it. I haven't put anything in the accepts it. We looked into it at the beginning of the episode and then didn't actually do anything about it. So we need either a bulk terminal, a hardware store, or a builder's yard. I think a hardware store would be nice. It also accepts goods. So let's see if we can get a hardware store in here. Fund new industry, hardware store, fund. Oh, it needs to be replacing houses. One allowed per town? What? You said we've got a hardware store already? Right, hang on. Transparency options. Let's make houses transparent. Oh no, there's already a hardware store. And it's over at Hellishville South. Okay, hang on a minute. What was the other options? Industry... No, not directory. Chains. Building materials. Now we've definitely got a builder's yard. Have we got any builder's yards? So you can see here, there is a petrol station, there is a hardware store, a grocer's shop, we've got a brewery, we've got my HQ. I'm not seeing a hardware store. No, I mean, not hardware store, a builder's yard. I'm not seeing a builder's yard. Okay, let's put a builder's yard in, if we can. Let's fund it over here. Yay! Oh, it's tiny! Anyway, that's going to allow building materials. I just remembered that this train station is in completely the wrong place. And we did the overhaul for it as well, I think, where we straightened out all these lines and stuff. Oh well, look, Granningwell. I want to move Granningwell into town a little bit, just so that we're picking up more passengers. Although Slanway is expanding into Granningwell. Look at the size of that town. What is it? 94,000. It's nearly 100,000 in population. That's huge. Right, anyway. We now have a builder's yard. We now accept building materials. We've got this railway line that goes to Wanborough Holt. Let's remind myself, I think it was a Glassworks, but I'm just going to double check. Building materials, Glassworks accepts chemicals, outputs building materials. We want a Glassworks. So, fund new industry, Glassworks. Now, ideally, we want it right up against the side of this station here. Oh, look at that. It's tiny. Oh, isn't that cute? Then we're going to have a drop-off. So that's pick-up platforms. We're going to have some drop-off platforms. We'll put them here like this. This is going to be the input, though. And I made it the same station. I don't see why not. Didn't have to be the same station. It just is the same station. There we go. So a standard... I don't know what kind of row you'd call this. A U-row where things just go round and round. There we go. Let's put them there. Put them there. Now, this Glassworks requires chemicals. So we... what's the options? Does it say... Production will step up if both cargo types are delivered within a month of each other. Now, I have actually thought of that. I gave it a quick thought, not much of a thought. So over here, we're going to be producing a lot of chemicals, but we're not actually doing anything with it. So what I'm thinking is that we put a station in over here to pick up those chemicals. Now, I've made it separate because I think the station spread would be too much. Oh, no, hang on. That's exactly 15. Okay, I can get away with that. Let's get rid of that station. Let's put the same station in. There we are. So we got our inputs down here. Turns round. This is like a compressed linear version. Maybe I should give these designs names, because I do have about, I don't know, 4 or 5 designs that I have that I use on a regular basis, just because I know they work. And they're easy. Now, if you look at this, we're going to go up here. Slight kink in the railway line there. We'll do the same here. We'll go up to there. diagonalise over there. It's not going to be a massive railway line, and it could get a little bit clogged, but I'm hoping it doesn't. Okay, new vehicles. We want the TIM. We want an oil tanker until we're length 6. I'm looking at that just here. And then we're going to get the train itself oh, I accidentally cloned it. Okay, let's get rid of that. There we go. And then refit to chemicals. We're going to go here, full load, and then go there. Right. So I once got asked if doing full load matters, and in general it depends. So it matters for something that's quite important, that's station ratings. Some people think that if you're playing multiplayer, you need to put your train on full load so it's there to pick up the passenger when it comes in, to try and get the edge over the competition. That's not strictly true. What you need it for is ratings. So your ratings at a station are based off a number of factors. One of those factors is I think it was, oh no, what was it? Oh, it's gone out of my head. It's something to do with the way that passengers are picked up, or when there was a last train there, or how long the last passenger's been waiting, or something like that. And it affects the ratings. So the higher the ratings, the more your industry will actually produce as well to the station. So ratings are important in a single player game. Right, so now we have our train. It has orders, I believe. It does have orders. It's sat there in this depot. Just before we send it out, I'm going to clone it. So there's 4 of them. Really, I should have only done 3. I'm going to stop one of those trains and get rid of it. Right, so now we're going to pick up chemicals. We're going to move those chemicals over to the glassworks. The glassworks is going to turn them into building materials. And those building materials are going to go down to Hellishville East. And the builder's yard is now constructed and letting us accept them. The only other thing is that we need to bring in a bit of sand, because production at the glassworks steps up if there's both cargo types delivered within each other. So we've got the chemicals as the main supplier of stuff, the main supplier of requirements, but we're going to just bring some of those sand in to try and bump up that production. Now, where's our nearest sand? Oh look, there's a quarry right here. It's almost as if I had a quick think about it. We are going to bring that in there. What we're going to do is we're going to stick a station on the end, and we're going to do it like this. So we're building the same old boring station, but we're doing it in new and interesting ways to do different things. Yeah, why not? That sounds like I know what I'm talking about. Do I give the impression that I know what I'm talking about? I'm not 100% sure that I do. Especially when I put depots in the wrong way around. There we go. Right, okay, so we now have another part of Wonborough Halt. We're going to change the name of that to, we're going to leave it, we're going to put it as Wonborough Wonborough Building Supplies. No, we're just going to put building materials. If I can press the right button. Building Mat Hub. It is the Building Mat Hub. There we are, Building Mat Hub. This then needs to go somewhere and over here. Now, looking at this railway line, it dips down. We're already one height up. So, should we bring them together? We'll bring the lines together. There we go. Just cuz. Put a bridge over here, tubular, and then I think that just levels. Yeah, it just levels out. Then it just drops down. So we'll just make that nice and even. And then we need to just probably do a little bit of a wiggle to get it in here. I am going to do. Ooh. I can actually get that station where I want it. Like this. Handy. Okay, let's put that there like that. We need a little straight bit on the exits because this is a railroad station and we have to. bring that out across here. There, right, fantastic. Signals here, there, and there we go. That's actually a nice little loop there as well. Let's get some depots in. And then a new vehicle. We've got well, we haven't got MacLeod yet. Well, I think we got offered MacLeod to test it out at some point. No. Right. Wood truck? No, wait, grain hopper. No, that's not it. We want it for sand. Oh, mineral hopper, of course. That's going to be it. Let's make that 6 length. No. We're just delivering this to keep production doubled. So we actually want some shorter trains than that. A 3 length train for now. And we want a regular. So what I might do is just have one train constantly going round and round and round. So that's the mineral hopper there. We need to... There's our 3 length train. Let's get rid of that. We want to switch to sand. Just double check that that's what we need at the glassworks. Yeah, sand and... No! Press the wrong button. I pressed a button that gets rid of everything. The Del button on the keyboard. So let's change that to sand. Tell it we're going to go here. Don't bother full loading. Go there, unload. Shall I full load? You know what? In this instance, I'm going to full load because it's a small train and I want 2 stepping. No, I'm not going to full load. Or no, I am going. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to full load for now. I'm going to full load for now. Right, so we've got the building materials hub in. That should already be producing building materials, except we haven't got any trains to pick up the building materials yet. So, new vehicles. Buy vehicle. Train 447 has been created. What's building supplies? Building materials go on a bolster truck, apparently. So we've got that in there, and we're going to set it to building materials. Let's just double check to see that I did. Building materials. Yep, it already is. Give it its orders. So we're going to full load over here at the hub. Holding control does that. Full the way down to Hellishville East. Clone ourselves out so we got 4 of them will do for now. And away we go. There we are. Building materials is in. Look, chemicals are coming in. Let's just hold that train for a second. We want the glassworks to register the fact that we're picking up building materials. Now, if we drop off the chemicals, we should see our building materials train fill up a little bit. Yes, there we are. 5%. 8%, it's working. Right. So we've got our petrol hub. These waypoints, I'm going to rename them to PWP. Or no, just P and E for petrol and engineering supplies, or ES. There we are, P and ES. It's just because there's so many labels around the place. We don't need to bring much more sand in. I mean, we could do if we wanted to, but I don't think there's any more around here. Let's just do a quick check on the world map, because there might be. So, world map, industries, disable all, and what was it called? I can't remember what the industry is called now. A quarry, that was it, a quarry. The industry is called a quarry. A quarry begins with a Q, which should be no P quarry. There it is, quarry. No, it's the only one for a long way around, unless you want to include this one down here, which I don't. Okay, so that's looking good. Let's have a look at what's going on here. We haven't registered that we brought any building materials in. Goods are okay just. Fruit is okay just, but petrol is terrible. Okay, hang on a second. Hang on. Go away, bus. Go away, bus. Goods are okay. Fruit are okay. Petrol's no good. And food's no good. I think we're going to have to go and have a look at the food network next episode. But there we are. Building materials are in. I don't know what sort of rate we're doing here, but it's going to be bringing more money in. It's going quite well. We are building up on engineering supplies here at the South Hub, but that's fine. If we start bringing in oil from other places, which I think we will need to do if we're going to boost the petrol input, which we do need to do, we'll see about that. Let's just have a look at the world map here. Let's go world map. I like to have a look at this in this way every now and then. Bring that out. Have a good look. Switch it so that we don't show town names. That we're just showing. There's our train routes, and there is our train vehicles. There's Hellishville in the middle, with all the different things going in and out of it. There's our 3 feeder cities, feeding in passengers and mail. Down here we've got our goods hub, our petrol hub, and our building materials hub. And up here we've got a petrol hub and a food hub. It's the food hub I'm worried about at the moment, because it should be doing better than what it is. We've got a lot of food trains waiting to bring in and pick up all the food that's there, but there's no food. It's just not enough food. 380 tons of food, it says there. We need to look at maybe getting more manufacturing supplies in, but I want to sort out the petrol up here, get the engineering supplies sorted out. There's a lot to do. There's a lot to do. But join me next time, where we will do more of that stuff that we've got to do. And I hope you've enjoyed the episode. Remember to leave your thoughts, ideas and questions down in the comments section. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Dislike it if you didn't think it was very good. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.